Hello everyone and welcome back to Plug In, the podcast about video games. Today's episode is all about Forza Horizon 5, which recently just came out for the Xbox family of systems. I do want to note though that this is not going to be a full review due to a reason that I will explain once we get into things. So with all that out of the way, let's plug in. Now like I said, Forza Horizon 5 is officially released now. The game's global launch date was November 9th, 2021. And early access for the game opened up on November 5th of 2021. I have a Series S, so this game review will be primarily focused on how the game looks in that front, but do note it can be played via cloud streaming, I believe it's called, on all the other Xbox consoles. Now like I said, this is not going to be a full game review for a couple reasons, and the first is more the obvious one, being that the game has only been out for a little over a week at the time of recording this, so not everybody has had a chance to play it yet, so I don't want to give too many spoilers for anything at the time. And the other one is more life-related, which is actually kind of the big thing of why this is coming out now. For me personally, it's been a very busy past couple weeks, so because of that I haven't had as much time as I wanted to play the game before making this review, but do not worry, because a full game review will come once more time has passed. Now before I get into my thoughts on the game right now, which I have plenty of, and we'll get to those, I want to go over some interesting stats first. Now this number might be a little outdated by now because I haven't checked it since, but at the last time I looked, Forza Horizon 5 already had over 5 million worldwide players, and this number was released when the game was still in early access. And for those who do not want to buy a physical copy of the game was also made available on Xbox Game Pass, either the Ultimate or the regular, since the early access began. And as of recording this, it is still available on the service, which is how I am playing it. Now, on to my thoughts. And like I said above, I am playing the game on a Series S, so first and foremost, this game is stunning. Now, I played Forza Horizon 4 on the S just to kind of get a feel for the type for Forza, because I haven't played too much of it. So I wanted to play a little bit of it first to get a feel for what 5 was going to be like, and Horizon 4 looks really good on the consoles. Horizon 5 just blows it out of the water. Now because I play on a Series S, I have access to both the performance and the quality modes. Performance mode has 60 FPS, at the cost of some minor visuals on your cars, some minor shading, a couple other small things. While quality mode is 30 FPS, but it has those extra differences. Now when I say minor, I mean like minor. Like between all the video I've seen and promos and the amount of time I've spent on the game, I can barely even notice the differences between the two modes. Now obviously I've been playing more in quality mode because I can, but both modes, the game still looks phenomenal. And also, speaking of the 30 and 60 FPS, I have had no lag issues, no bugs, no map glitches, nothing like that. And the response time for when I'm pressing buttons and what's actually happening is super clean and fast, especially in races and just driving around the general map. Now speaking of the map, this map is massive. I've spent about 3 or so hours just driving around looking for fast travel and XP boards, and while I've only found, no, I wouldn't even say that, I found less than a third of the available boards, and I still have a whole section and then some of the map that I have yet to go to. I also haven't played too much of the story yet, outside of the first couple races for tutorial purposes, which you're required to do anyway before you can just kind of free roam. But there is a ton of character customization options when you first start the game up, and most of these I believe you can change once you progress far enough into the story. Like, there's hairstyles, there's gender, there's all kinds of stuff. And then obviously the lighting engine is part of what makes the game so good, and that is, the lighting engine is on point in this game too. It really helps set the environment and the mood. If it's turning to night, like everything except your car will go black in street lights. If it's raining, you'll actually see the rain hit the car, which might be a quality mode thing, I don't know on that, but that and then any other weather conditions, because as the previews and stuff have shown, there's a sandstorm that you go through. Everything just looks super clean. There's no lag. Now, like I said, I've only played 4 and 5, so I don't know if some of this stuff was exclusive to 4 or not. But obviously your spin wheels, your unlockable perks for the cars, your clothing unlockables, emotes, all that stuff all those are back too. and you get those just through normal progression like how you did in 4. For my final thoughts on the game, as of right now, if you have an X or an S, if you have Game Pass, or you like racing games, or you're just looking for something to play sometime on like a rainy, or in my case right now, snowy weekend, Forza Horizon 5 is definitely in the books of something you should put some time into. The visuals alone show what the new generation of consoles are capable of. There's no performance issues. And honestly, I can't wait to load it back up and play more of it. So that's going to do it for this episode. If you like what we do here, then be sure to share it with your friends. And you can find any missed episode from either Season 1 or Season 2, wherever you're listening to this one at, just by searching for Edinburgh Now Podcast. And for the Plug-In Podcast, I'm Cade McChesney. Goodbye and happy gaming.